Hey everybody, Bart from AstartesGaming here, back with some more Total War Attila Western Roman Empire campaign, where we are in a pretty rough spot out in the African desert here. We are being attacked by the main Garamantian force as well as a small little offshoot force. Attacking our legion led by Tiberius Septimius Africanus, who took some significant desert attrition at the end of the last episode and is in really no shape to be fighting this battle. You can see that the deployment here, or the auto-resolve chances, are very, very slim. We are, of course, going to be fighting this one manually because that's the only way we have any chance. And, frankly, I think unless I use some really cheesy tactics here, we're probably going to lose this entire army. I'll do my best to save Tiberius because he is a very good general, but in terms of the rest of the force, I don't know that there's anything that we can really do. Anywho, let's jump into this battle and see if we can't figure something out. Alright, so we are all deployed and ready to fight. I don't think I could have asked for a better map to defend on here. We've got this nice little mountain sticking up out of the sand, and I've done my best to sort of set up a defensive perimeter on it. The ranged units are all going to be in the back. I figured this way I don't have to worry about microing them out of the way when the enemy starts to charge us. They do have quite a bit of cavalry, so that is something to kind of worry about. Also, you know, because I have all these Roman infantry units, once my Legio have expended their javelins or whatever, they can just get into pseudo formation and be protected from range attacks anyways. So it doesn't really hurt me to have these guys in front, because if anything, they'll soak all the missile damage on the testudo, and then I don't even have to worry about the enemy archers necessarily. I have the spears off to either flank, protecting from cavalry coming in from the sides. I don't know if they can cross this peak. I don't think that they can. So it should force them to basically attack me head on, or from, you know, virtually head on. And obviously that works to my benefit when they have so much cavalry. And then behind the spears, since they don't have javelins, I have the skirmishers to sort of support them in that way. Cavalry off to one side, general up in the front here to support the Legio, and then the archers and the Funditores behind the infantry, where they can just immediately start firing and not have to worry about moving at all. So let's go ahead and start the battle, and the enemy will have to attack me. They started the battle, I did not, so they are the ones that have to take the initiative. I am going to go ahead and probably fast forward a bit here until they're actually in range. Alright, so the enemy is beginning to close in here. I've gone ahead and I've put everybody into testudo formation. Can I get rid of this, please? No, don't do that. I really don't want that selected. Oh well. So yeah, I've put everybody into testudo in the hopes that, you know, I can soak a lot of these missile hits. As soon as their infantry starts to close, I will take them out of testudo so that we can skirmish a little bit first. Their cavalry, I'm not really sure what they're doing here, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really know. Let's have you guys wait for it. Okay, go ahead and hop out of that. And let them have it with javelins. There we go. That's what I like to see. I can't tell what they're trying over here, but they have isolated this cavalry unit, so I'm going to send my cavalry in after them. So far, so good. I mean, this is all I can really ask for, that they attack me head on. They're charging cavalry into my spears. That's also pretty nice. And I'm hitting them with 3 units here on 1, so I think we'll win that. Those are heavy cavalry, though, so we'll certainly see. No, I want you, Mr. General, to attack here. Go ahead and brace. I don't know that that's going to help any, but see if it does. Let's have you attacking there. Wow, that Legio broke quick. Can I have you maybe attacking here? And then I want you jumping in on that. I'm going to shift you guys over just a bit. Oh man, that Legio right there is killing me. I need you guys to help out with this. And this unit can... actually, no. Come attack that. And let's have you guys shift over slightly. No, wrong way, wrong way. Yeah, shift over. That should help you deal with that cavalry. Everybody else is engaged, so do whatever you can do. You guys need to shift over a little bit more, because we don't want to open any flanks to the cavalry, obviously. We're not doing so great here. The Desert Legionaries are going to be really difficult to deal with, just because they're basically the same thing that we're working with here, except in greater number. And that's, you know, obviously going to be tough. I'm actually going to send some spears to support them over there. You guys need to hold tight. Oh good, we got their general. We could still pull this out. Let's have you guys come in on the flank. Can I get you maybe doing something like that as well? What are they doing over here? You know what? If they're going to slow down and give us an opportunity to attack them, we're going to take that opportunity. Because spears against cavalry always works in the favor of the spears, especially when the cavalry is stationary. That's pretty much the worst thing you can do with cavalry, is let them get caught stationary with a bunch of spears. Please, please, please get in there and kill some of these guys. It's not going as bad as it could have. We're starting to break them over here. In fact, I'm going to take all the cavalry units. And I need them over here, chasing down all these archers. If I can get my cavalry back into their lines here, we could potentially break them. And these spearmen should have no problem wrapping up the remainder of their cavalry there. My only concern at this point is that, let's see, are you guys skirmishing? I hope you are. Is that my infantry just isn't going to hold long enough. My melee infantry, that is. I just don't know if we have the numbers. You guys, no, keep coming this way, keep coming this way, keep coming this way. God damn it. No, no, no. I can't seem to select the units I want to select. Get over here. If you could get over there as well, that'd be great. I need you to pile in here. Okay, that's one successful charge there. You guys got all tied up, and that's going to make this really difficult. Good job over there. I'm impressed that you guys were able to pull that off. I don't know if I like this, but you know what? Get in there in melee. Do what you got to do. You have swords, so you might be able to beat spears. We'll see how that plays out. Let's have you chase them down, and I'm actually going to have you guys break off and come after some of these units. Because they're actually moving range units toward me right now, which is kind of a stupid thing to do. I don't know if we want to be fighting them. That's more heavy cav. Pile in there. Things are starting to fall apart here. They actually won. Good for them. Keep skirmishing if you can. You guys, if you're out of ammo, charge, because we got nothing to hold back at this point. Oh boy. No, get out of there. Get out of there. Don't get bogged down in that mess. Okay. Our general fell. That's a shame. I don't think we can win this one. It was close, but we just couldn't quite pull it out. Couldn't quite pull it out. My cavalry is, I think, decimated, yeah. They'll win this, but that's not going to be enough, and these two units aren't going to be able to hold off all of those. They did better than I expected, though. I thought this was going to be an absolute slaughter, and we actually made it a fight for a while there. We just, like I thought, we didn't have the numbers. And so that Legio wasn't going to hold forever in the front. Had they been full 120-man units, they may have. Same goes for the spearmen, although the spearmen were moving around a lot more than I was expecting them to. But it was a valiant defeat, so I guess that's all we can really ask for, right? Alright, so we'll take a look at the numbers and then move on. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Unfortunately, we lost Tiberius. I could care less about his guard unit, but obviously losing him is a pretty big blow to us. We did lose all of our Legio as well as one of our spearmen. This army is pretty much destroyed at this point. We're almost better off just scrapping it, I think. So, how did these units do? The slingers actually did really well. The cavalry did pretty poorly. But I think a lot of that has to do with their cavalry. We really gave them a beating, though. Look at this. Other than, like, this one legionary unit and the 2 slingers, we tore these guys up. They came out pretty much unscathed, but yeah, this army got actually wiped out one of their lancers. How did you guys do? 16? You gotta be kidding me. 90, that's what I like to see. 99, 58. Remember that they only deployed about 2/3 strength, like 80 men, so killing more men than they had in the unit is always kind of nice. That's the equivalent of like a 120 man unit getting like 140 kills, which is pretty good. You guys never do particularly great, but not really your job, is it? Archers, honestly, archers in this game, not really a fan. Slingers or crossbows are the way to go. And then Madiari, 120, not bad, and 83. Could be better, but they did alright. And so we cut their army basically in half. Although this army got, you know, the worst of it. And then this army, our army, was pretty much decimated. We're basically just going to disband the whole thing. Alright, so it's our turn again. And we are going to go ahead and... Unfortunately, I have to appoint somebody, even though I'm going to disband this army. So I'll probably go with the youngest one, Maximinus, right here, who's 28. Everybody else is 30 or older. And as I said, we're just going to disband that army so that we can save the money. We will probably rebuild it, though. So maybe I'll disband everybody but the general there. Disease, yeah. Okay, I get it. Office secured, that's always nice. Right, so let's make sure all the offices that can't be secured have been secured. I recall us freeing up some positions there. So you've moved up about as high as you can. Titus Pullo is currently stuck where he is. He doesn't have the influence to move up to Master of Foot, but otherwise he meets the requirements. So we'll work on that. Let's see. The only other person that could move up is... Actually, Vedius right here, this governor, can be a Master of Soldiers. So let's get him in there. And then, let's see. Who is this? Who looks just like Vedius? I'm going to bump you. You being Marcus Justice. You're going to be our Master of Horse. So the next turn, I'll bump Vindonius up to Master of Foot. And that'll free up another position. Okay. So what to do with this army? Let's go down to Africa. It's really giving us issues here. Honestly, the Roman troops are kind of worthless in this scenario because we take so much desert attrition just moving even the smallest amount that by the time I got to this city to do anything, I would probably be at like half strength or less for all my Romans. So it's almost worth building an entirely, desert mercenary army. I will start with these guys, and I'll probably just disband all 3 of these because they're not really going to be of any use. I'll see if I can get like 4 of these. You guys are going to take attrition as well, so I'm going to get rid of you. And yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to rely on mercenaries. That said, we are going to need to give them a little bit of a break. Why aren't you moving?
I want hourly patrols.
I don't understand why I can't move into my own city or village here.
To your duties, men.
Apparently I'm stuck in the attack zone of my own settlement. That's kind of strange.
March.
Why can't you move? I have no idea why they can't move, but oh, okay, apparently all their action points are spent. I'm not really sure why, but they're all spent. We are still in reinforcement range of that village. However, it's going to suck because we are basically allowing them to attack this settlement without actually attacking it. They can attack this army, and this garrison will get pulled out. And so if they win that battle, then they've basically taken this without actually having to attack the settlement itself. We do have a new tech that we can choose. Public order would certainly help at this point. In fact, 2,500 for some public order, and religious influence would not be a bad idea. I'm going to do it. Imperial Church. So next turn we'll have a little bit of a boost. Until then, we're kind of in trouble here. Let's see. I was trying to build this army up, but things have kind of gone to the wayside there. Let's have you guys move a bit. We are trying to march them toward the Pictish capital there, where we hope to pretty much just wipe them out so we no longer have them to deal with as enemies.
Make haste, men.
And so I'm going to set up right here
Get the
in a fortified stance. And if they want to attack me with 2 armies, we've seen what happens when the enemy tries to do that. It doesn't go well for them. So, yeah, they can come at me. That should be the only way through. Actually, no, I think they might be able to get through this way. Hopefully they can't. Even if they do, I'll be able to catch them long before they make it to here, and I do have an army here sort of ready. So let's see. Mercenaries. Anything? Not really. I could use some archers, but I don't have the buildings here to do it. I guess I will make the buildings here to do it. So yeah, let's do a skirmisher range. Because I already have access to Legio here, right? I would think so, yeah. I don't really need the better melee infantry. Legio are good enough. I'd rather have access to archers and crossbows. Food here is not a problem, but public order is. Luckily, this will be done next turn. That's not going to be enough of a boost, though. It's only +4, so something else will have to get upgraded as well. Let's see. I'm going to go Sagontium, because the garrison would help me more there, to boost to the garrison, just in case the Abdanians attack us. Having this place a little bit better fortified is, you know, going to be nice. What else? Let's see. Aquitania is still pretty upset. This should resolve that. However, that's in 3 turns, and this is going to be a problem next turn. So, yeah, ouch. Can't really be helped, though. You guys are still having public order issues, too. I just sort of resolved that, so I'll have to leave it be for now, anyway. 3 turns here. That should fix this. However, this is going to rebel before that as well. I will probably go with maybe a cavalry corral down here. Let's see, what are my options? So if we go with the cavalry, we get scout cavalry, followed by Cantari, which are like lancers, and then the Equites Dalmate, which are decent spear cavalry. Whereas with the skirmisher barracks, shouldn't really bother because we have one up north, or we're building one up north. And then the infantry barracks gives us access to Federati spears. Oh wait, wrong tier. Minalutoi pikes, Protectores Domestici, and then down the line Federati spears and Herculani Signors. Honestly, I think the cavalry might be the way to go. Legio are not that bad. Comitatense's spears kind of are, but Legio are pretty solid, so I don't really need the upgrade necessarily. I think cavalry would be a good idea here, but I kind of need to take care of public order issues first. -1, that is killing me. I only have enough money to deal with one of these. So let's get something like this. That can't really be helped, actually, no. We'll find somewhere we can actually make a difference. That -1 will probably resolve itself at some point. -3 is a little bit tougher to deal with, especially since I don't have any other buildings I can build here. I find that playing as like Rome is really difficult to deal with public order, which I find kind of strange. Playing as any of the barbarian kingdoms, I've never had an issue with public order. Never. Don't really have an issue with food either, because their farmstead buildings that give you food are also the recruitment buildings. So you're kind of getting, you know, 2 birds for 1 stone there, whereas with Rome you have to have dedicated recruitment buildings, and that takes up a lot of your space. -20 food, I think, is the biggest issue here. That will give me enough food to cover it. That is going to hurt public order, though, but actually that's not a problem. And you know what? No, I don't need to. Why did I click on them? They were fine. -4. I don't see us being able to resolve that. Let's see. I wouldn't mind reinforcing that. I don't know. A lot of these, they're like a little bit too far for us to actually fix. A little bit too far gone. You know what? Here, do this. That'll resolve that one. Okay, quick look at diplomacy. We'll make sure our armies are all in proper position, and then we will call it a turn. Man, I was really hoping we could get the Ottomans to come around, but it's not looking like it. Same goes for the Franks. The Franks were close, but it's starting to fall off now, and I really can't be helped. They're at war with the Picts. We are as well, but that doesn't seem to be helping. They just, like, a lot of these things I can't really fix. Like great power, cultural aversion, those things aren't going to change. Religious aversion we're trying to fix. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of difficult to do. And really out of our hands for the most part. Like, we sent somebody up there, but there's no guarantee it'll ever come through. Roman separatists, huh? If you're not at war with the Eastern Romans, I would be happy to trade with you. Really? You don't want to trade with me? That's kind of dumb. Non-aggression pact? No. I'm really curious as to why they're not willing to trade with me. That's a lot of money that they stand to gain. I mean, I stand to gain a little bit more, but they would profit from that almost as much as I would. And let's see, you guys are just kind of watching the border there. Where did that other legion go? I had 2 legions this there. Oh, right. Colonia Agrippina has one. Okay, so I got 2 up there. Well, 1.5 up there. Priest is doing his thing. You guys are guarding the border here. I should probably maybe move you to Augusta here, because that's a little bit more vulnerable. Or is it? I don't know that it is. This is vulnerable right here. Like, the settlements are, the cities less so because they have walls, and I can win a walled siege with just about anything they give me. What is this? Ah, the Emperor leveled up. Let's see here. Zeal, I don't think is going to help us too much. Melee defense, I guess, to open up the next tier here. Construction costs, recruitment costs. Recruitment costs is kind of nice, but not really a big deal. +3 replenishment's not bad. Let's see. Honestly, that would be great. You know, in fact, reset that. Throw a point into here. I don't really care about fleet commander at all, but campaign movement range is definitely nice to have. Let's see. You guys can levy local troops. I don't really care for either of these, though. So no point there. Although I'm wondering if the steppe spears are better than the Pt.30 spears. Excellent armor, good against cavalry, average missile block chance. It seems like they're exactly the same. Let's see, 2932, 1642. These guys are a little bit better in combat. Armor, health, morale. They're really close. It's pretty much a toss-up. I'll stick with the Roman ones, but it doesn't seem like it would matter if I took those instead. And then, where was Bacchus? There he is. Right, so we just finished taking what was left of Thracia over here. I'm actually going to move him... stay where you are, actually. Because there is going to be a rebellion next turn. We're going to have to chase them down and destroy them. I'm hoping that we can get Constantinople to eventually rebel and take it for ourselves, because that would be a huge boost to our income if we could take that city. Although we might have to just let Dacia go if the rebellions prove to be too much for us. But that's going to be it for this turn. We don't have anything else to do, so we may as well advance and see what happens. Oh wait, we have another level up. You're a governor, so tax rate, definitely, and then whatever that is. Anything that's going to boost research, go ahead and take it. Tax rate and research, sure. Let's see. None of those are going to help, so that should do it. Alright, so we're going to actually end this episode in nearly the same place that we found ourselves starting it. The Garamantians are attacking our forces in Africa. As I suspected, they were going to attack the army outside the village rather than attacking the village itself because they get to avoid the walls that way. We will have to fight this. We have no other way to win it. This one is actually, I think, more winnable than the last one. They're throwing, we'll call it 1,200. They're throwing 1,200 men at us. We're throwing in about 900 of our own. So the numbers are actually much closer this time. They outnumbered us by almost 1,000 in that last battle. And they have taken significant casualties. Some of these units are, basically already routed. A couple casualties and they'll go off running. They do, however, have these guys that are all fresh, and so that's going to be a little bit trickier to deal with. We also have some fresh units in the form of our garrison, so we'll have to take advantage of those. And then we did, of course, get a new general with a fresh group of Palatina Guard and a mercenary desert spearman unit that should help us hold off the cavalry. So I think this is more winnable than the last one, but we will certainly find out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.